it's as if the Pentagon, it's as if those generals who have served themselves, who have been over in these theaters, that they don't have the right to determine what is best for the soldiers under their command. 5 of those service members have actually started legal proceedings to halt the president from putting the ban into place. Now, like I said, there was a memo that came out, and they're saying they're not going to accept any more if they're already identified as transgender. Because I've read, you want to talk about some numbers, I've read that it could be anywhere from $6,000 to, they say, what was it, $6,000 to $8,000, or no, sorry, $6 to $8 million a year for transgender services, because once you start undergoing that transition, you are essentially a medical patient for life through this elective medical procedure with the hormones and everything else. And so, I mean, Brandon, I'll start with you and then go to Antonio. Good. I mean, when that's a lot of money. And I mean, really, it's like, I don't really care if somebody's gay or transgender, but when you're in the military, that doesn't matter. And you should not be looking to add costs to things.
Yeah, I actually had an entire video on the Blaze.com's YouTube page about this very subject. Go watch it. But you can be kicked out of, or rejected from the military for far less than having gender dysphoria.
You can be kicked out for flat-footedness.
You can get kicked out for flat-footedness. You can get kicked out because you have digestion problems. If you have heavy periods, you can be rejected from the military. That's actually true.
Look at it. I just want to get Antonio's expression. She's like, he said period.
Can you say that on TV?
Yeah, you just said it.
No, this is, I mean, if you have any kind of mental disorder, you can be rejected from the military. Now, let's all remember that gender dysphoria brings with it a 40% suicide rate, all right? And then that goes even higher when you get transition surgery. So you become not only a hazard to yourself, but everybody around you. And I can remember J.R. Salzman, who said, you know, fit regular guys would break down at random points because, like, it just became too much for them. Now, let's say a transgender person suffering from gender dysphoria has a breakdown. They're more likely to kill themselves. What if they kill themselves right in the middle of a really intense situation when they really needed? Then they just endangered everybody else's life. Right. No, I don't want transgender people in the military, and it's not because I hate transgender people. It's because I want to keep our soldiers safe.
No, that's a good point. And I mean, Antonio, too, the way that this debate is approached, at least in the media and in the public square, it's as if the Pentagon, it's as if those generals who have served themselves, who have been over in these theaters, that they don't have the right to determine what is best for the soldiers under their command. And that's what really mystifies me, because a lot of this, I mean, the loudest voices are people who haven't served, and they're people who they're just trying to do citizen meddling to the military.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the whole point, though. It's like if Hillary was president, right? Basically, she would just be going against the orders of people who know better. And that's what it comes down to. It's not a political issue for them. It's about military readiness and about America and making sure that we are taken care of. It's almost as if the human body does not want you to change genders. It's crazy, and you have to pay a price for it.
Sounds like
we're
you're
not
talking
going to pay that
about
price for it. It's crazy. Yeah, science. Come on, right people don't like science.
You know what I think is funny, though? A lot of these people complaining about transgenders not being in the military are people who have no intention to serve in the military whatsoever. None.
Well, true. I mean, but Kane, though, I mean, I think it is, and a lot of people say, oh my gosh, well, look at the military spends all this money on A, B, or C, so this money towards transgender health care, this really shouldn't be an issue, and that's really petty. Suddenly, all of a sudden, they're concerned about costs. Like, that's petty to talk about that.
Yeah, like it's 6 or 7 million, and that's a tank. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's something, they always want to trivialize it. But the reality is the military isn't a social experiment. It just isn't. So all you have to know is you have to be battle ready. If you, in your mind, don't even know what sex you are or are confused about that, that's not battle ready. That's barely ready. And we don't want you in the military. So, sorry, it's not a hate thing. It's just a readiness thing.
And I'm not the ones who brought this whole issue up, too. You know, they're the ones who, let's make a whole issue about bathrooms. Okay, if you're going to basically open up that can of worms, and let's go into everything. If you're going to say that that's going to be an issue, let's talk about the issues where, you know, me as an American citizen, you deciding to be a male or female, how does that affect me? Okay, bathrooms as well.
Yeah, true.